Hello, this is Mr. Cummings. Welcome to summer school. If you're receiving this message, then you are using Apex Learning to complete a summer school course. And so I want to talk through that process with you. For some of you, this might be a review with a couple of little differences, but for those of you who have not taken an Apex class or many Apex classes, this is going to be really helpful. I will go fast because you have the power to pause this video and slow it down and speed it up as you wish. So what you see on your screen right now is the entire Apex process. How do I do school for summer school? Well, this is it right here. We'll follow our color code down, and you can also see the starting point here. First, you're going to log in. You're going to use Clever. Once you're logged into Apex, then you're going to see your dashboard, and you're going to select your class. Now, most of you are only going to see one class. Then you're going to do the study. This is the part where you actually learn. You can read these sections here. You're going to engage with every page and every element of every page. You should be averaging between 3 and 4 minutes per page. So obviously we can do that simple math. 10-page study should take me about 30 minutes. 20-page study, I might be in it for an hour. You have to understand there's an average piece there, but you are expected to interact with it entirely. The next one is study guide. It is expected that students are going to use this awesome resource every time you go into a study right here. Then you're going to find a study guide. Here's the icon, and directly underneath that icon, it's going to be labeled study guide for you. Print those, complete those. You can use Kami. Here I am using Kami over here to complete those. However you need to do it, it's best practice to do it. So after my study guide, it's going to take me, so I'm working through the study and the study guide, and then that's ultimately going to lead to one of two places. An assignment, that's everything that receives a grade. Most often, these are going to be practices and journals, but could be some other activities. And then finally, an assessment. Now, these assessments are what tell us whether you are understanding material or not. Now, it's important to know as you work through assessments, you can take a quiz twice, but if you fail it 2 times, you're going to be locked. Then you got to ask your teacher for some support, okay? Tests, you can take it 1 time, and if you don't pass it, you need to talk to your teacher, and we'll open it up for a second go round. We're going to move you forward after your 3rd quiz or 2nd test, unless you really want to work to better that score. But again, work with your teacher on that. And then you repeat the practice. Every time you log into Apex, this is that process. Log in, pick your class, do the study with your best effort, do the study guide because it's silly not to. Do your best effort on your assignments and on your assessments. The second part of this video, I'm going to walk you through that process. So here we go. I'm going to open up a new tab. Well, I don't even need to. I'm going to hit this C. Look at that. The C in Clever. Let's hit that C and see what happens. I'm going to log in with Clever. Log in with my school account. There is mine right there. Now, I am a teacher, so I get to log in as a teacher. You are a student, and so you will log in as a student. But right here on my Clever page, I see Apex Learning. It also might be down here in the More Apps section, but I see a number of apps supported by our school. I'm going to go to Apex Learning. It is that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Super simple. Now, once I am logged in, you'll see we've got a fake student named Rufus. Once I'm logged in, I'm going to see something that looks similar to this screen. Now, I'm a teacher, so my screen looks a little different than yours. But you're going to go down here and you're going to pick your single course name. And I'm going to go right into that class when I click it. Another way is under grade to date, you'll have a number here that will show you, if I click that, it will show you a number. It'll show you all the activities you need to finish in order to finish the class. There's a great resource for you as students to be able to say, how close am I, or what do I need to do to finish a course? Well, there it is. But here we are, we're going back. This is my dashboard. I'm going to click my class right there. And here I am in my course. This might be Algebra 1. Your course might look a little different. Now, I have access to see all things of all things. I'm the teacher of teachers, right? You will see a colored unit. That's the one that you're in. The others will be grayed out. You cannot get to those next units until you complete all the activities in the prior unit. Now, I've got some options here when I log into my class. I can hit the play button and go right back to where I left off. I can click the Unit 5 button here or here. When I click that button, it is going to direct me into Unit 5. In this case, you can see the title of that. So think of a course as something big. A unit, it's broken into several units, and then a unit is broken into lessons, and lessons are broken into activities. And so that's really the way that this system works. So I'm in Unit 5, and I'm just going to go through these cards, is what we call them. I must complete this card by clicking into it. Play the videos, click everything that you can click, and then I go to the next card. And you can see when I completed this card, it turned green. And I go to my next one, and I go to my next one. Now, for you, these will be grayed out until you reach them. You will not be able to go past your current card until you earn that by clicking through each of the activities. Now, what I will tell you is, I'll say this often, click everything. Key terms, do a little review before you go. Click everything you're able to, but you know as you work through a course, it's going to continue to bring it up. I talked about study guide. Let's go back to our process. Log in using Kami, select my class on my dashboard, go through the study, and complete the study guide. In my study, I've got a 22-pager here. I'm going to hit start. There's my study guide right there. I will do the study guide. It also is best practice for you, something that will help you do the practices that are also located there. When I talk about doing the study, I mean do all of it. When it says click on a card, I should click on that card. In fact, in this case, I should click on all 3 of those cards and give it my best effort to learn the material. My study guide is here. When I click it, it will open it up in another window. And from there, you'll be able to download that. You'll be able to download that or print that. Those are your 2 options here. You see I've got a download button and my print button. Let's go back. Okay. The next part of that process, after I log in, select my class, do my study, and my study guide, I still have assignment and assessment on that list. Let's take a look at what that looks like. As I work through my study, I've got to get through these 22 pages. I click and continue to click and continue to participate with all of the content on every page. Obviously, I'm clicking through quickly. You're not going to click through this quickly. There's a practice. I'm going to do that practice. I'm going to play with the different options here along the way as I learn the material with my very best effort. There's some little videos, some little images, and those things. But when I finish this study, my checkup and then my quiz will become unlocked for me. Study's done, I go to my checkup. Checkup's done, I go to my quiz. Where does that put us in the process? Right there on an assessment. Let's go back in. Assignments, I have these assessments. There's a quiz. The assignments are going to show up eventually. There's another quiz and another quiz in this course. You see a lot of quizzes and a lot of us, and there's finally my first assignment that is built into that particular course. So each course will follow that. If I have a practice or a journal along the way, I will do it as I get to it. Okay. Now, when I do the quizzes, the assessments, the tests as I get to them. Well, what happens when I get to an assignment? Do I do that in Apex? The answer is no. From there, what you do is I go into my Google Classroom. Let's open up a new tab. Let's click my little waffle button and go into Google Classroom. In Google Classroom is your summer school class. Let's say I'm taking a class with Mrs. Lindsay, Summer School 2022. Mrs. Lindsay, right there she is. When I get to an assignment in my Google Classroom, under my classwork, I'm going to find my course. Let's say I'm in a world history class. I'm going to find my course, go to world history, then I'm going to find that same assignment. Now, if I were doing 1.2.4 practice, very simple. I'm going to go into that assignment and I'm going to open it there. When I open it in Kami, my assignment is here. As a student, what you are going to see is when I just open a document in Kami, I can save it and print it and share it. I can do all of the things that I would from Google Docs. But when I open it as a student through the Google Classroom, that save button actually looks like a big turn in button. It says turn in. When you click turn in, whatever's on this document is going right to your teacher. They get a notification that you've turned it in. They're going to grade it and send it back. Make sure you watch the next video that is how to use Kami. It will have some really awesome detail on how do I use Kami to submit those assignments. It's a great program, lots of tools and resources. When I get to the end here, this is my process. Have I completed it? Yep, I logged in, selected my class, did my study and my study guide with best effort, and I did all the assignments and assessments as I came to them. This is the process of doing some Apex learning. See you, folks.